This episode was suggested by Savage Bart and Racing Empire. Thank you. Another day, another Derby profile. Today's episode is on Honor Marie. Let's go! First up, the stats. 5 starts, 2 wins, 2 seconds, and no thirds. Earnings of $526,175. For major races, the biggest race that he has won was the Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes, which got him his first 10 Derby points. Then, in his worst performance, he was 5th in the Risen Star, but was able to get into the Kentucky Derby after a second place finish in the Louisiana Derby. For running style, it really is plain and simple. He is a deep closer. He likes to go to the back of the pack and makes one big move, going the widest of all the horses to avoid traffic and running to the best of his ability. Sometimes it works, sometimes there's an even faster horse who runs him down, and sometimes he has to deal with mud or traffic and other stuff like that. But no matter what, he always is going to try his best to finish strong, and oh boy, can he come late. For strengths, he is going to enjoy the 1.25 miles, as shown with the Louisiana Derby, where he was only getting faster until the end. The race was only a 1/16 of a mile shorter than the Kentucky Derby. That's 100 yards. So yeah, the distance will not be a problem. He's going to be getting better the further the race goes. He finishes strong, which is a great trait to have in the Kentucky Derby, where, with distance being a major question, it's always going to be about how the final 1/4 mile goes. I could totally see this horse flying late on the far outside to get a 5th, a 4th, a 3rd, heck, maybe a win. He also has won both of his career races at Churchill Downs, so there is no doubt that he loves this racetrack. It's going to be back on his home court. In general, he is consistent. Some might bring up his 5th in the Risen Star Stakes, but I will talk about that in the weaknesses section. But generally, he's never too far away from the leaders. He's either flying and picking up the pieces to be second, or he's the winner. Also, he can take a hit, which is very important when we're talking about a closer. In his very first race, he was absolutely smashed going into the far turn by another horse. So that's very important, especially for a come from behind horse, where things generally go more wrong for you. He can take some crap. For weaknesses, 1 word, 3 letters, mud. This horse hates the slop. He was okay when he was second to Otto the Conqueror, but in the Risen Star Stakes, which was another swamp, he ran definitely his worst start to date. So if this race rains, you can count this horse out. It's his kryptonite, if you would. Also, the racehorse simply known as Catching Freedom definitely has this guy's number. In the Risen Star Stakes, Catching Freedom was 3rd and Honor Marie was 5th, but when things finally lightened up in the Louisiana Derby, Catching Freedom was coming from further behind than Honor Marie and even wider and swept by him to defeat him. You could argue that Catching Freedom is an even stronger version of Honor Marie, another come-from-behind horse with a great final kick, but that is up to you to decide. Overall, I would say that Honor Marie is a pretty solid horse, a great come-from-behind animal who is going to be picking up the pieces late, and that is a nice horse to have, especially when things start to break apart in the final 1/4 mile. I would give him a B+ grade. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Derby Profile. Comment down what other horses I should cover, and I'll see you guys next time.